When you're playing air drums, it feels like you're sitting in behind the kit playing to a stadium.
Pro football is the most percussive of all sports. But what happens when you don't have a drum? You do the next best thing. You air drum.
I play the drums.
Fans and players alike love laying down the beat, albeit silently.
Gray, rainy Sunday to kick off the 2018 season.
At the start of the 2018 season for Week 1, I covered the Bills' season opener in Baltimore against the Ravens for the CBS affiliate in Rochester, New York. It was pouring rain, so I was looking for shots of fans. The fans aren't really doing anything because they're just sitting in the rain miserable, and all of a sudden the in-stadium entertainment crew starts playing Tom Sawyer by Rush over the PA. There's this dude in this coat just dialed in, just nailing it. So hit record. You know, even for an air drummer, that was awesome. Then, you know, the song stops, the game restarts, and I go back to covering a football game. That was why I was there in the first place.
Even bigger than Baltimore's blowout of the Bills was what came next.
I thought, you know, throw it out there. This is pretty cool. And pretty quickly, it was starting to take off.
That next day, I'm getting blown up on social media and emails saying, Pete, you are all over Twitter. You are all over social media. I'm like, what are you talking about? I didn't know what to think.
It just took off. And for like 3 straight days, the numbers just kept getting higher and higher. One big, media member would retweet it, and then another one would quote tweet it.
It literally went worldwide. ESPN, Time Magazine, Sports Illustrated.
It was one place after another, and it was wild.
For Peter, there was one retweet that stood out from all the rest.
When Rush tweeted it out, Holy Christmas, they saw it, they saw me, and liked it. And it says, the professor approves. I was insane.
We sat down with Rush guitarist Alex Lifeson to get his take.
Pretty good wrists on Peter there. Focused. That's some good air drumming. And I'm sure the professor would be very, very happy.
The professor is Rush drummer Neil Peart, who passed away in 2020. He is regarded by many as one of the greatest rock drummers of all time.
He was so technical. Neil had such a sense of everything about drums. Dynamics, feel, tempo.
It was just amazing how he was able to keep the drums not in the back, but in the forefront. It was just an amazing drummer.
A drummer himself, it's no wonder Peter was drawn to the power trio.
In the 80s, Moving Pictures, their album came out, and I just fell in love with it. And I was working at a grocery store, working in the meat room, and it just got me through cleaning up the slicers and everything at night. I just fell in love with that album. It's amazing that those 3 guys make that kind of music.
That is quite an incredible compliment. I think you can't put a price on that kind of reaction from fans.
And for drummers, there might be no greater song than Tom Sawyer.
There are probably 25,000 beats, from the drums on that particular song, and it's very active. And certainly for Neil, it was one of the most difficult songs for him to play.
Tom Sawyer, the drum fills, if you're a drummer, you just latch onto those because it rumbles through your body. That is one of the premier rock songs to me.
The foremost authority on air drumming, we asked Peter to critique the artistry of some famous Ravens.
All right, here's Ed Reed drumming. Heads down, he's doing well. Terrell Suggs, he just went around the kit, doing man. And then Rod Woodson, heads down, he's totally into it. He's jamming out. I think Rod's got the best form. He's into it. When you're playing air drums, it feels like you're sitting in behind the kit playing to a stadium. There's no inhibition, you just let it go. It's great stress relief. Commuting from one side of the Beltway to the other here, I don't worry about traffic. You're driving, you're tapping on the doors or on the steering wheel, on the seats. I was at a board meeting and the Ravens organization presented me with this game ball. That was really cool. I did not expect it, and it's just something I treasure. It's got over 10 million views now. It's been shared, I don't know how many thousands of times. It's got a life of its own.
A Monday warrior, mean stride. Today's Tom Sawyer, mean pride.
It truly amazes me how social media can take something and literally distribute it around the world. For something as simple as just a guy air drumming to a song that was over the PA.